So it's coming up to Christmas and New Year, and we all want to celebrate seeing off 2020 and welcoming 2021. And we're going to be together with our friends and family. But what alcohol can you drink on a ketogenic diet? Welcome to the Liz and Scats channel. Hello, I'm Liz and I'm a clinical holistic therapist, a yoga and a meditation teacher, and soon to be keto nutritionist as well. And with my gorgeous husband, we've lost 110 pounds and reversed my husband's type 2 diabetes doing the keto and intermittent fasting lifestyle with prolonged fasting as well. There is an enormous amount of information on YouTube and the internet about keto and intermittent fasting and how to do these with an holistic approach. So we have decided to spend our time sifting through it all to make sure that you get all the information that you need in just one place. So help us to help you by doing this.
Subscribe, and click on the bell.
So as the gorgeous Joni Mitchell says, it's coming on Christmas, and we all want to celebrate in the best possible way that we can, safely, with our closest, nearest and dearest. And of course, ringing in the new year will probably mean that we want to have a little drink or two. First thing I want to mention is that we should always drink alcohol in moderation. We need to take care of ourselves, especially if we're doing keto and intermittent fasting, and we need to make sure that there's always a designated driver if you're having to travel any distance in a car. So enjoy your alcohol, but please enjoy it responsibly. So let's dive in. What happens to your body when you take alcohol? As soon as we drink anything alcoholic, the body goes into an emergency mode and switches the liver into detox mode. This means that ketosis is suspended until all the alcohol has been dealt with. So burning fat, for example, all takes a back seat. Alcohol itself isn't actually that toxic, but it's when the body starts to break it down into smaller and smaller chemicals that we come across a really dangerous chemical. Won't go into the Latin names right now. Just know that this is highly toxic, which is why the liver goes into high red alert. The purpose of this high alert is to get these toxic chemicals out of your body as quickly as possible. And the body does an amazing job at it too. So now we're going to talk about units of alcohol. I think most people know roughly what a unit of alcohol is, but we will be going into that in just a moment. But just so that you know, the body can reverse the effects of a unit of alcohol or process a unit of alcohol in 1 hour. So here's a few examples of which alcohols contain how many units. Firstly, a bottle of red wine that's roughly 13.5% will contain around 10 units of alcohol. Now, most people, like myself, will have a 250 millilitres glass of red wine, and that will contain just over 3 units. Now, beer. Obviously, many different types of stouts and lagers and bitters, so it's very difficult to go into this in any depth, but just know that on average, a regular pint of beer contains roughly 3 units. Something that surprised me, a shot of spirits, so i.e. vodka, whiskey or brandy, contains actually 1.2 units of alcohol. I always thought it was 1. So we get the idea of where we're batting as far as units are concerned. So now, which alcohol is better on keto? Now, most alcohol is made from some sort of grain, but some alcohols do actually have more carbohydrates in than others. So here we go. Provided that we don't use any sweet mixers loaded with sugar or other chemical sweeteners, then spirits are the lowest in carbohydrates. In fact, some of the spirits like whiskey and vodka contain no carbohydrates at all. Obviously, as soon as we start adding things like cola or tonic water, things like that with sugar in, then the carbs are going to go through the roof. So some people like to add fruit juices, and for example, vodka and orange juice contains 18 grams of carbohydrates, which is nearly the whole day's worth. I don't think it's worth it. And here's another one. Rum and cola is actually 22 grams of carbohydrates. So basically that means you can't have any other carbs for the whole day. Now wine. Each glass of wine contains between 2 and 3 grams of carbohydrates. But fairly obviously, the sweeter the wine, the worse it's going to be for you carb-wise. Dessert wines can be anything up to 8 to 10 grams of carbs per small glass. Best white wines for you to have are Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Grigio or Chardonnay. Best reds include Merlots, Cabernet Sauvignons and Shirazes. But the best one of all with the smallest amount of carbohydrates in is actually sparkling dry wines, including champagne. Perfect for New Year's Eve. Now we move on to beer. I searched the internet far and wide looking for information about which beer you could perhaps have, and maybe a low carb one. But it does seem that there's such a mixture of information, it's so difficult to come to any real conclusion about drinking beer on a keto diet. Most of the keto websites describe beer as liquid bread. So of course that's never going to be very good on a ketogenic diet. There are some low-carb beers that contain as little as 10 grams of carbohydrates, but the calorific value is still quite high too, so if you're watching your calories at the same time, this can be a real minefield. In my humble opinion, I think we should just steer clear of beer. Now here's another little wee word of warning. If you've been on a ketogenic diet for some time, then you may find that if you haven't had any alcohol for a while, that you will become intoxicated a little quicker than normal. And say, for example, you don't normally drink that much anyway, maybe one glass at the weekend or something. If you suddenly come into a party atmosphere and you're drinking maybe once or twice over 2 days, then you will feel the effects of the alcohol more. Some people think this is a good thing. However, it does actually dull your judgment. So please do take good care of yourselves. Once again, I want to reiterate that drinking responsibly is a very good thing to do, and we all need to take care of each other in these strange times too. So make sure that you have a designated driver if you're going anywhere for a car journey, and that person does not drink any alcohol at all. This way, your beautiful holiday, Christmas and New Year will go much smoother. We can be healthier and ready to take on 2021 with good mental and physical health all round. And then even if you do eat a few more of those carbohydrates during your lovely Christmas feasting, then it won't matter too much because you'll soon be able to get back into track for the new year. We are also offering a New Year ketogenic diet plan as well. So if you're interested, then please click on our link below to our email address, and then we will send you some information about that. It's really cheap and a very good way of basically collating all of the information, all of our mistakes, all of the things that we've done, and of course our triumphs all the way through this last year. It includes some videos, recipes, ideas, but also includes yoga and meditation and some affirmations so that we keep both physically and mentally well, and so we can get through this journey together with support and love for each other. Lastly, I want to wish you all a very happy Christmas and a happy and healthy and prosperous 2021. Please stay safe and well and hug those people that you love a little tighter this year. Also, spare a thought for those who are less fortunate than ourselves, as a gift or charity really does help to boost your own oxytocin levels, and that feel-good factor will carry you through the worst of the next few months. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Drink safely, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.